Hey, thank y'all for coming back to Sip Smoke and Chill with Ronnie. So today I want to talk about accidents. As a superintendent, one of my main jobs, my job is to manage the construction project, but I also want to do this. My main priority or my main goal is to manage this project and keep everybody safe. In the news recently in Houston, there were two accidents that recently happened here in the Houston area. And so, as the superintendent, I'm always thinking about safety. I'm always thinking about keeping my guys safe. So, the two accidents that happened here in Houston, there was a scaffold accident that happened last week, and then on yesterday, here February the 5th, there was a trenching accident where a guy was killed. The scaffold accident happened on Main Street downtown, around the corner, a couple of blocks away. There was some concrete that fell on the scaffold that caused the scaffold to come crumbling down. And luckily, the guy in that incident, he wasn't hurt, but he was trapped in the buck hoist. A buck hoist is an elevator on the exterior of the building that takes workers to the floors where they're working. And so a piece of concrete off the side of the building that was cracked, it was unstable, but it fell on top of the scaffold, causing it to crumble. Luckily, nobody was on the scaffold. So I think they were using the scaffold for like a trash chute and some other things, but they were fortunate in that incident. But yesterday, we had an accident where some guys were excavating and in a trench, or basically they were digging a hole, and the dirt collapsed in and collapsed and suffocated and killed one of the guys. So there was one guy that was able to get out, but the other guy, he wasn't able to get out. And so that was an accident that happened and he was killed. But to prevent these types of accidents, what we do here is that we always tell our guys in the morning, we talk about safety. We talk about safety. That's our paramount. That's our goal, is to keep everybody safe. So we talk about safety. We go over the PTPs, or the pre-task plan, which a pre-task plan is you plan out your day. You talk about what you're going to be doing and the activities that you'll do, and then you'll talk about the risk associated with that. So if I'm grinding and using a grinder, for instance, if I'm using a grinder, then the associated risk will be getting something in my eye, damaging my hands, you know, things like that, or possibly hurting or damaging something else. So what do I do to mitigate that risk or to eliminate it? I put on safety glasses, a face shield. I wear gloves, substantial leather gloves. So that's a PTP. So in this accident yesterday, where the guy was killed, there obviously, based on the pictures that I saw, they didn't investigate the soil or look at the soil, but there are three types of soil in the classification. A being the most cohesive, or a soil that's going to stick together, which is clay soil. Then you have B, that's a mix of clay and sand, but it's still a little cohesive. Then you have C. Here in Houston, we have gumbo soil, which is, it gets wet and then it dries out, so it's crumbly, it's not cohesive. And so what happened is that when they dug that trench yesterday, here's the ground. So they dug a trench, or they dug a hole, and basically that soil cracked off and, caved in, trapping the guy here. And so I don't think they weren't following any of the OSHA rules. So OSHA has rules set up there to keep guys safe in a safe environment, safe workplace. They have standards in place, and they also provide training, because the ultimate goal is the prevention of accidents and the loss of life. So this could have been eliminated had the guy trenched. So here's what should have happened based on OSHA's rules. So here's the ground, and you want to dig this hole right here, right, to get to this pipe. This is 8 foot. From here to here is 8 foot. So what they should have done was dug this down, benched it back like this. And this is 4 feet. And so they should have benched this back and then put a ladder in there so guys can get out safely. So that's according to OSHA, but they didn't happen. Our prayers and thoughts go out to the family of the person that was lost, but stay safe on these job sites. The ultimate goal is safety. So you are in charge of your safety. So if you don't feel safe, stop the work, you don't have to do it because the ultimate goal is to stay safe. So, sip, sip.